Hello and welcome to the wrap-up in the Winston Salem from Crit2Block. So I am here with Tyler Pridgeon and Matthew England, two of our undefeated players today. Gentlemen, first off, congratulations, job well done. It was quite an interesting event. There was a lot of things out there. Tyler, let's start with you. What was your list? What did you encounter? What were your overall thoughts about what showed up here today?
So my list, we've got Kalani, we've got two Flamer Spiders with the defensive protocols, we have three Mana Guards with situational awareness, and then we have like V1 spots doing some things, passing some dodges, and we also have a couple of Genotions with Scattergun. Some things I faced the Rebel list, and that was like a really tanky casting K2SO list, and Spiders, they just, once they got 4 moves, they walked up, they blew up, they took away the incognito, and then Magnus just mopped up. It was great. Round 2, I went ahead and played triple ATST list with Rocket Magnus. Good. Spiders, speed bumps, greatest down check to walkers. And then for my third game, it was 6 HH12s and the 2 Dark Troopers with Impact Gun. Well, guess what? Defensive protocol Spiders lasted all 6 rounds, so Spiders good.
You heard it here first. Spiders good. Matt, what about yourself?
Yeah, I had a great day. I faced great opponents. It's always good to get out and support local events like this. So game 1, I faced a really great opponent. I think there's a couple things that I felt like I had a good approach. So my list was double teamwork with Ron, Chewy, Cassian, and K2, and then I have an affinity for running triple commandos, full. And then I got 2 vets with a heavy, and then a Mark II. So in that first game, I think it really came down to positioning, as well as, I would say, rolling lots of crits feels good, but also the opponent had 2 snail tanks, a nice upgrade of B1 heal droids, and B2s in the snail tanks, and I think with the amount of Pierce I had, and the way I was approaching, I think I had enough to deal with that list. Game 2, I faced a really crazy Shadow Collective list. It was 2 buses with full black Signal with impact grenades, plus 3 swoop riders.
Okay, so going back to like the old Mad Max Fury Road kind of
Mad Max. It kind of reminds me of Evan's Full Racing list almost. I mentioned that because that was wild. I think one of the misplays, of course I talked to the guy afterwards, because I have commandos and I have sharpshooter 1, you do not try and feed me the bikes individually. And since they're only range 1 to 2, there's definitely a range issue when you try and engage.
Did the new overrun rules come up at all with that?
They did. Obviously, I had to step back, talk to our great judge, Kentucky Dan, just to make sure I was aware of this. Plus, there's also keywords like demoralize, which is range 1 to 2.
Sure is.
And it's good to remember that, especially with rebels, not great courage, especially the rebel corps. But I think it came down literally. I was down to like 3 guys with just basically the unit leaders. And then luckily Han and Cassie and K2, our heroes not really in the fray. I will say though, what was important to do is running Cassian with the sniper, and making sure to use K2 as a token battery. That has really led to a lot of wins for me, and I always use that all the time.
Yeah, and there was a lot of armor out there today. We saw a triple ATST list, a double ATST list, a double snail list. There was 8 AATs, there were sabers, there were buses. I mean, armor is everywhere.
There were Spiders, okay?
There were Spiders, and we heard it here first. Spiders are great.
And lastly,
oh yeah, your third game.
The third game was another great opponent. He brought 6 Geos, a tank, and then 3 staff riders. And this right here was a crazy list. I think if there was a couple choices during the game that he made, it was going to be me on my back foot, but I kept the range into my favor, and then he did a really nice little ploy, which I love when he did this. I'm glad he kind of cued me on it. He almost displaced my whole army on the KP in the middle because we were in key positions, and his tank actually covered almost all of them, but not enough. So in game, it was a tie, so really it was more about smart positioning and range control. But keep in mind that tanks and vehicles do displace on key positions, guys.
Yep, very important to remember. And again, thank you to the TO, Kentucky Dan, and thank you to House of Cards in Winston-Salem for a fantastic tournament today. Appreciate you tuning in to watch the video, and we'll catch you next time.